up.
That's all right. I'll
Okay.
talk while you shoot.
That's very kind of you. So, welcome to Philadelphia.
Good. It's good to be here.
How was your reception with the voters so far?
Very good. This is a very dynamic and influential group of men and women. So we're just talking about jobs. Look, it doesn't make any difference what your strata is in this country right now. And of course, Philadelphia and Pennsylvania as a whole, getting people back to work is what they care about, and how you do that. And we got a great record in the last decade in Texas. As a matter of fact, 40% of all the jobs created in America since June of 2009 were created in Texas. And it happened because we kept our tax structure as low as possible on the job creators. We've got a regulatory climate that's fair and predictable, and a legal system that doesn't allow for oversuing. And we get out of the way and let the private sector do what the private sector does best. And it'll work right here in Pennsylvania, but you've got to have the federal government out of the business of telling states how to deliver health care, how to build transportation infrastructure. I mean, the idea that Washington, D.C. is going to get us out of this mess from the standpoint of printing more money and putting more stimulus out there, raising taxes, it's a dream. Actually, it's a nightmare.
Pennsylvania is often considered a purple state. We've got a pretty strong Republican base here, yet no Republican candidate's been able to win the state in a presidential election in 5 cycles. Yeah. How do you break that cycle?
Well, I think you talk about jobs. It doesn't make any difference whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or you're an independent. Taking care of your family and having the dignity of a job, that's not a partisan issue. That's about family. And that's what we're all about, and that's what we're going to be talking about. There'll be 1,000 different ways to ask 100 different questions over the course of this campaign, but we're going to go back to how do you get America working again? How do you create the environment where small businessmen and women know that they get to keep more of what they work for and take care of their family, be able to create jobs for people who are out of work today. I mean, that's what this campaign's all about. Who is it that's got a plan, has got a vision, got the record of getting America working again? I'll put our job creation record in Texas up against anybody.
There seemed to be some dissatisfaction amongst Republican primary voters with the field before you got in. There was a great clamor for you to join the field. Right. And now it feels like you've sort of had a short honeymoon. And now there's less of a clamor for you, and there's more scrutiny on your positions. What do you think causes that, and how do you get past it in an election?
Well, we're going to go back to how do you get this country back working again. All of those issues that are out there, whatever they may or may not be, are secondary to getting this country working. And look, I get it about scrutiny. It happens and it's fine. But what's really important to Americans? And it's how do I take care of my family? How do we get this country back on the tax and the regulatory side to free up the entrepreneurs, allow them to have an environment to live in where that they create the jobs, which in turn create the wealth. That's the key. The person that's able to articulate that every day is the next person that's going to be the President of the United States. And I can promise you, that's what I'm going to be talking about.
Speaking of a clamor for new candidates, any advice for Governor Christie as people call for him to get in?
You know what? Everybody that's taking a look at this thing will come to the right conclusion on their own.
Governor, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.